Shalom, shalom, shalom. When it starts off by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem El Shai, double O's post GMS and honest to you brothers that are doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. I was having a conversation with, meditating on the Archeum. Statement came out. It was basically saying, you can't not be bold if you're doing this work. Right, and, I performed a word search for that word bold, and, I've got a couple of scriptures I want to bring out. Because in this world, the Arkim always make the distinction between, say, here and the States, about how here it's very, very PC, very politically correct. Everything is, we use the term moist here. I don't know if you know that in America, basically meaning like, it's softened. I can't really articulate it. It's one of those words. You know what it means. You know what it means, but. If you're in this truth, you got to be bold, man. At the end of the day, each time you're out there, you may not realize it, but you're putting your life on the line, man. Right? And here's the scriptures. Proverbs 28:1 says, the wicked flee where no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. And you see that when you get these scoffers come up. You get a lot of these Edomites, so they'll walk past camp, and then when they're past the camp, then they'll scream some shit and then scurry off down the road. Why? Because they're wicked and they're fleeing. No man's pursuing them. Right, but there we'll be there professing the name of the Lord. Right, we'll be professing these truths. Right, whether it's the beautiful things in the scriptures or whether it's the nastiness of the scriptures, we do it boldly, and we have to do it boldly. Right. This is Ecclesiastes 8:1. It says, who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. When you come into this truth, man, that's one of the scriptures of God, that you're supposed to be renewed, man. You're supposed to come in and grow. All of those niceness that you used to have in the world, that's supposed to change. It's supposed to be all about this truth. Right, the thing is, it's one of those ones where you won't even change it purposefully. It's something that just happens through the spirit. People will come up and say, you're more serious now. Right, you're gonna, you're not supposed to be a pushover if you were a pushover in the world. Right? This is Wisdom 5:1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And once again, every time we're out there at the camp, that's exactly what we're doing. We're standing in great boldness. We're telling these Edomites, all of these heathens, pursuing Psalms 83, that they put the children of the Most High into slavery, and that they're going into slavery for that they're going to be punished for all of their wickedness and all of their sins. Right, and if you're like that at camp, it's supposed to be like that every what do you call it, in everyday things, man. Certain times you gotta just take the L. You might be at work. Boss takes a piss. Sometimes you gotta take the L. But then you ain't supposed to be a pussy now. But that's the thing. You got to use it with wisdom. I'm saying this. My bold may not be your bold. Something that's to me that's taking the piss may not be taking the piss to you. It's one of those things where you got to use wisdom with this. But what you're supposed to be bold, man. You're not supposed to just let a man step all over you and shit. Right, and there's been times I've done this in the truth, man. Man, and when you look back in retrospect, you're like, man, I was being a fucking pussy, man. But those instances are there so that you can see them, so that you can say, shit, yo, I need to be more bold, because at the end of the day, man, we're supposed to be men, we're supposed to be soldiers, we're supposed to carry ourselves that way, not as these effeminate fucks that the world pushes. This is Acts 13:46. It says, then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said it was necessary that the word of the Most High should have first spoken to you, but seeing ye put it from you and judged yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles. And before anyone gets simple, the Gentiles talking about Israelite foreigners, right? But the point there is Paul and Barnabas waxed bold. And what were Paul and Barnabas? They were apostles. They were out there teaching this word. And that's the same thing we're doing. We're out there teaching this word. When the scoffer comes up, right, you're supposed to be bold with them, man. You're not supposed to water it down for them, right? You had this one woman, man. you know, she came up, you know, it was revealed that she had abortions. Well, if you're of the world, you would have, you know, softened it up. You might have been, because obviously she's in there in your face. You might have been, oh, you ain't really supposed to do that, but nah, you know, Spirit was on all the box. Just cursed that bitch out, man. You know, even I mean, even through the Spirit, I think even her daughter was cursing out, looking at like, yo, what the fuck, mom? Because I don't even think her daughter you. But in that instance, that's when you got to be bold, man. You know, regardless of what it is you're doing, scriptures say, who shall stand up for me against the evildoers? Like, you ain't gonna be standing up for the Lord if you're watering everything down. And that comes back to boldness. As Isaiah 46:8 says, remember this and show yourselves men, bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. And that's the thing. Part of being bold, man, part of being a man is being bold and standing up for your values. And the majority, well, all of your values should be from the scriptures, man. Right? You ain't, you know, like I said, if you're in that situation, you know, scoffer comes up, you ain't supposed to be caring about offending them. Offenses must come. Right, so Job 38:3 says, gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Right, once again, talking about being a man. Like I said, you know, you got to be bold if you're a real man. You know, whether it's at the camp, whether it's you know, at the job, whether it's, you know, in your everyday. But like I said, you got to use, when it's, you know, in the world, you got to use it with wisdom, man. You know, sometimes you just got to take that L. It says Romans 12:2 says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And part of that renewing is becoming a man, becoming more bold. Like I said, you know, in the world you might have let a lot of things slide, man. You know, you might have been the kind of person that, you know, tried to appease everyone. Scriptures also talk about in Jeremiah the 2nd chapter 33rd verse, I believe, says, why trimmest thou ways to seek love? Right. So that's basically, you know, you might suppress your true opinions on certain things in the world, but you know, especially at the camp, man, you know, you gotta let your not your opinions, because everything that you know at the camp, you're speaking at the camp should be of the scriptures, but you're supposed to let that come out raw and uncut, raw and unfiltered. You know, but once again, here comes the wisdom, because if you're at the work, man, and them guys are talking about homos, man, you know, sometimes, man, it's best to just keep your mouth shut and just, you know, they ask you, hey, you know, what are your opinions? You know, whatever the Spirit jumps on you to say. But we all know how that's going to end if you tell them your true opinion. Right? You know, so with that, you know, like I said, I was just meditating with the brother that time. You know, you can't really be in this truth and not be bold. Right? You know, like I said, I'm guilty of that. And that's something I'm going to have to work on. You know, and when I'm in the world, certain times, you know, I let too much get taken, as what do you call it? I let a lot of things slide. You know, certain times, you know, you gotta have that point where you say, nah, you're taking the actual piss. This is what it is, and this is how it is. Right? So, you know, that, you know, hopefully you've been edified. You know, as always, yeah, stay up. Shalom.